Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
My name is Himank Patel. I'm a mobile solution strategist for the healthcare life sciences vertical here at Microsoft Corporation. We have Paul Atkinson here, CEO of HIMSS. He was actually here last year as well. Thanks again for coming, Paul.
Yeah, enjoyed it, yes.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So there are some new things that we want to talk about to build upon what we talked about last year with HIMSS solution. Paul, if you can just tell us a little bit about your company, a couple of highlights in terms of differentiators from the competition, and then we'll go from there.
Well, we're located in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're a mobile handheld company, and what we do is we take all back-end disparate systems and mobilize them over to the handheld. So we provide instant access for physicians to get their schedule, their census list, all of their lab results, medication results, and then they can perform tasks on that. They can actually dictate, they can capture a charge, they can add a note. And this is from all in their mobile device, all on that Windows mobile device.
Fantastic, Paul. So I hear that you have some components that are integrated into the Amalga UIS system this fiscal year, and we're talking to customers about that as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about how your integration works with the Amalga UIS system?
Yes, I think that's a great question. So one of the value propositions of the Amalga UIS is there's one store of this data, and all of the different disparate systems are in the Amalga UIS. So instead of us having to, that is HIMSS, having to go out and interface with lab systems, with different HIS systems, with all the back-end EMR systems, we can actually have one interface into the Amalga UIS, which means instantly we turn on and we can light up every single user from a mobility stance to get all of that information right from the Amalga UIS. It's very interesting, very powerful, and it really allows the information from the Amalga UIS to be consumable to the end user, which is what we really want. We want to deliver this critical information at the point of care, at the time it's needed, and that's what we do. That's what we call the last mile with our solution.
Yeah, fantastic. So I understand that your solution is a hybrid solution, right? So it's both a thick client and a thin client. So we're looking at cloud-based services. We talk about cloud a lot, but I think HIMSS is a very good example of how cloud is actually being implemented on a mobility platform in healthcare, right?
That's true, and we were one of the first ones to actually do the cloud computing. Most of our competitors, in fact, probably all of our competitors, are all thick client applications on the device. What really distinguishes us apart is we have this thin client with a little bit of thick client on the back end, so we can actually go and literally, as long as you have an internet access and a persistent internet connection, you can get information right on your device. And there's a couple of key attributes to that that really makes it nice for those CTOs, CIOs, and technology people who are looking. And that is, none of the information is resident on the device. So if you can imagine if you're a large IDN with 2,000 users, it's kind of a nightmare that you would have all of your patient information on those 2,000 handhelds. But what we do is, since it's a thin client, or mostly a thin client hybrid application, is all that information is not resident on the device, making it very secure and easy access by just going to any internet access point or Wi-Fi or 3G network and hopping on and using the solution. Very simple, very easy, and most importantly, very secure.
Fantastic, so that has HIPAA compliancy spelled all over it.
Absolutely,
Good
we're
stuff.
very proud about that.
Good stuff. So in terms of product pull-through from a Microsoft perspective, you guys are a huge proponent of Microsoft. Integrating into these back-end systems requires certain components of Microsoft technology that has to be put into place. You have a hosted as well as a more in enterprise model as well.
Correct.
In terms of the software. Can you describe that a little bit for our account teams and
Sure.
folks that might be listening to this?
So that's a very important part. When HIMSS goes into a customer, we really are pulling the entire value proposition of Microsoft. So regardless of whether we install that as an enterprise install, that is between the walls of the customer, or we do that in a SaaS, that is software as a service, all of the infrastructure is Microsoft. So we use Windows Server 2005, Windows Server 2008, we use Windows Mobile 5, 6, 6.5, and of course we're very excited about Windows Phone 7.
Absolutely.
And all the IIS servers. So literally we are actually pulling together all of that value proposition that Microsoft has, being a complete .NET shop and a big believer in a component of that Microsoft stack.
HIMSS is actually working with us towards developing an application for Windows Phone 7, which is their bread and butter right now, this physician routing application, connectivity to Amalga UIS. Now, we'll be looking at using Silverlight 3 and 4 for this application development. IQMX obviously will be porting their application over to the Windows Phone 7 platform at that time, and also have this cloud-based computing aspect as well as part of it with Silverlight 3 and 4, and data being resident in the cloud and not on the handheld.
Absolutely, we're really looking forward to the Windows Phone 7. I think that's going to be a huge step in the right direction, and I think it's really going to be a game changer. People really have been asking for this. The cloud computing concept is really where the market wants to go, and I'm very happy that Microsoft is actually leading that marketplace.
Another cool component of the IQMX solution that Paul may have not mentioned is their delivery of media content down to the mobile device. So if you think about a practitioner, you think about, for instance, even a pharmaceutical sales rep, so if we go beyond just the provider space, right? There's media content, their platform kind of supports this to deliver this media content down to the handheld for later viewing. And they call this collaborative media. Maybe you want to touch upon that as well.
Yeah, so one of the principal parts that IQMX has done is we really see ourselves as a mobile platform. And from the platform standpoint, we want to be able to deliver all types of content. We might deliver content to a provider such as lab results, but really we can deliver any type of content, and we want to contextually link that to a patient. Now we could certainly deliver that in the life sciences vertical, but one of the important parts we're trying to deliver here is information from any back-end system to really make an effect on the patient care. So if we can actually contextually link media to a patient delivered at the point of care with a physician, that's going to give us more information at a real time at the point of care, so it can provide the doctor with instant information to make a change or a modification in the care plan for that patient. And that's really what we want to do, and that's what the system does.
Fantastic. So if there's any other questions on this solution, you can contact me, hgpatel@microsoft.com. I'll put you in touch with Paul and we'll go from there.
Thanks.
Thanks.